Hello, everyone, and welcome to Paper Route Scrapbooking. I'm Nadine, and today I am playing along with a series I like to call March Madness, where I participate in both Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches and the Calvin Ball Challenge over on Scrap Happy. So let's just dive right in. So if you have been here from my previous videos, you will know that Christy's Beautiful Life holds this sketch series a few times a year. This is series 17. So if you go over to her Facebook group, you will find 17 albums. Click media albums, check it out. There's 17 albums of 30 sketches. That's a ton of sketches if you love using sketches or you just want to have a look at how other people interpret them. There's a lot of content over on that Facebook group. So the link is in the description box below the video. This is the photo I'm scrapbooking today. It is another emotionally charged scrapbook page, which plays right into Alice's challenge over on the Calvin Ball group at Scrap Happy, where she is challenging us to use 100 words or more in our journaling. So this was the holiday that I think my husband and I realized that we were not going to have the family holidays that we had always envisioned for ourselves. So this was the first one where my son was in Ontario. It was Easter. He was expecting their first child, and it was hard for us. So this is my husband and him on their FaceTime call. I didn't even think to take a selfie of that one. It was pretty emotional, but my husband did, and I'm glad he did because I think it's an important part of our family story. So I'm excited to scrapbook this one. It was in that box of photos that I had printed before I got my photo printer, and so it has been waiting for me. Okay, so this is the sketch that we're working with today. It is by Gloria Montross. I couldn't find her anywhere on social media as a creator, so I just put her name down there, and I thank you, Gloria, if you're watching, for this really fascinating sketch. So there is some stenciling in there. There's a single photo and then some paper layering and then a stencil in that bottom corner as well. And then it looks like a bunch of embellishments tucked up along the right side of the photo. So that is what we're going for today. I'm just going to tuck that there for a second. And I'm going to start. I already taped down my stencil because I wanted to get it straight on here. I am using this one, this heart one from, it's called Offset Stencils from the Print Shop collection by Vicki Boutin. And yeah, should be fun. I love this heart one. I think it's really cute. And I have another version of it that's kind of bigger that I got from a class that I took with Vicki, I think with Creative Scrapbooker magazine, maybe. I think that's where I took that. When they used to do their in-person crops, I used to go to those. And but I think the stencil actually came after when we were doing the online delivered version of Crop and Create. And I miss the in-person ones, but I also appreciate the work that must go into planning something like that, and that keeping it online is serving much more of the community worldwide. So that's pretty cool. And yeah. So anyway, I am using this heart stencil as a little tribute to our family love and learning to love each other across a distance, because that is where our lives took us, and it continue to. Our youngest son, I don't think will settle anywhere near here either. The career he's chosen is taking him all over the place, but not anywhere near here. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. But this was, what year would this have been? They were expecting the baby. So 2018. The little guy is turning 7 this year. Wow. And I think we've adapted pretty well. This afternoon, I went on video chat with the kids and we did a craft together. It did not go as smoothly as I had anticipated, but things with small children seldom do, right? I just hope my daughter-in-law forgives me because I feel like it was a little bit more work for her than I had anticipated, and I'm sure more than she had anticipated, but she loves me. We'll be fine. Okay, and then I'm going to do a little bit of these hearts down here as well. I think this one, and this one. And I'm just using Kitsch Flamingo. Oh, does that count as using a flamingo on my, oh, never mind, that got taken off. Look at me trying to get points. Kitsch Flamingo Distress ink for my stenciling. Now I am looking at it and I love it, but I think I might let it dry a little bit and then go over it one more time to get that nice and dark. So while I'm waiting for that to dry a little, I'm just going to set it aside. And then I am going to mat my photo. Let me see what kind of photo mat I want to use. So I have a bunch of scraps. Let's work with the scraps from this, what was this collection called? I used it the other day too. It's called Bunnies and Blooms by Echo Park. No, Simple Stories. This I kept out because I want this to be my title, but I don't think I'm going to use the cut apart card. I think I'm going to use thickers or something to make that title, but that's what I want to call this. I think that's the perfect sentiment for my journaling. So will this fit? No. No. How about this one? Too small. Okay, that's okay. We'll find something different. Could just use this piece and cut it down a little bit because I think all my smaller scraps are a bit too small for a full 4x6 photo. What else do I have? I mean, I could trim it a little bit. I feel like if I put it on this, it's going to be too close to the same color, but I could put it on this and put it on the pink side. What other options do I have? I also have this. Boy, I'm very articulate today. And I think, you know what I could do is just cut this out. And I really like that yellow, and it won't show necessarily the big flowers, but I think it'd be a nice frame. And I like the sentiment in the center too. Maybe I'll cut that out and use it somewhere on my layout. It says, there are so many beautiful reasons to be happy. And that is so very true. One of the things that I've learned about being a grandma from a distance is that proximity has nothing to do with relationship. Quality of time is what it's all about. And when we are together, we maximize every moment. So there is some blessing in that too. And the kids and everybody is happy and strong and healthy, and we have the finances and abilities to travel over there and see them and visit them. And if there was ever an emergency, we could still be there. So I feel like it's not as awful as I had imagined at this point in my life. Okay, so I just want to see what this will look like against here in terms of like a photo mat. Yep, I appreciate that. That's good. Okay, so I'm going to cut this down. This is a 4x6 card, I think. A little less than 4x6 maybe. So let's do right there. And then we'll cut, I don't want to cut my husband off because there's not much of him up there, but I can cut Brandon's shirt down. That'll be all right. And I found another avocado I can use because he's wearing a red hat, just like my kid. See? Isn't that cute? I love these little avocados. Thank you to my friend Ruth, who I hope is watching. Hello, Alana. Oh, you caught me live. Yay, that's exciting. Yeah, thank you to my friend Ruth who bought me pack of avocado stickers. It is going a long way this Calvin Ball season. It's going to be a lot of fun. I might cut just a little bit more off, so a little bit more of the yellow shows, and I can just see a little bit more of that paper. And what am I going to ink my edges in this time? Well, that is an excellent question for myself. I think I'm going to go with what I used the last time I used this collection, which was iced spruce. So I just need to change the foam applicator out and switch it over to this one. I just attached those to the bottom. Here's a little tip. I attach these to the bottom with Velcro because this is like a, I don't know, it's like this is Velcro. So the Velcro, I just put a little strip of Velcro in here from like Sewing Notions. And then that's how I stick the matching coordinating pad to the bottom. And then I just put a little piece of paper in there so that the ink doesn't go anywhere else. And that's how I store these so that I have one for every color, but I don't have to throw them out every time I change them, if that makes sense. I mean, you do have to throw them out eventually because you're scraping them along the paper edge, right? And paper cuts. It cuts our skin, so it's definitely going to cut our foam at the bottom of that. Now, I said I really liked this, so I might just cut it out of here and then maybe do something with it later, because I don't need all of this paper behind here if I want to use this saying, and I'm not sure if it's anywhere else in the collection, so we'll hang on to that. It won't hurt nothing. There we go. So I was saying the last time I was using this one too, I bought this collection because it was Easter themed, but then when I got it, I realized it wasn't just Easter themed. It was like spring and Easter in one collection, which is brilliant manufacturing wise, but I'm not much of a gardener, and it's a lot of floral, a lot, and that doesn't really suit me. I'm not a flower person. I don't know. So I don't know how I'm going to finish up this collection, but I will. It'll just probably take me a little longer than it might with another Easter collection. Okay, so now we have a matted photo. And I'm just going to set these scraps back to the side. Not the stencil. I need the stencil. Me making a big mess. I probably got ink all over everything. Oh boy. Okay. And what I am going to do here is I'm going to put that stencil right back on top and just match it up, line it up, and then I'm going to go over it again because with the oxide ink, it does sit on top of the paper, and the more layers of it that you apply, the darker the pigment will be. So just going to do it one more time, especially these edged ones that are going to be showing around the outside of the photo because the photo will overlap it. My journaling will go on here. I am using the whole square, which I don't typically do when I use a stencil, but I want it to look like a like layering spot, I guess. So that's the goal here. Okay, so I think that's gonna be a bit darker. Yeah, that's how I was imagining it. Okay, and then this one was, oh gosh, which three did I use? These ones? I'm close. What am I doing here? Oh, I don't remember where I got these from. Maybe those ones don't get to go again. Weird. Ah, found it. There we go. So I'm just going to line them up. Under the stencil the way that they were before, and then I will put a second layer on there So I wanted this heart here. And I wanted this heart here. And I wanted this heart here. So by doing that a couple of times, it gave me a little bit of a darker pink. Okay. So this one, like I said, Vicky Booten Print Shop is where that one was from. It's an older collection. You might still be able to find it somewhere, but I couldn't tell you where. Because it's definitely not new, and American Crafts doesn't tend to put things out more than once. So I am going to cut the branding strip off of my background paper, which is not from the collection. It's from Echo Park Dots and Stripes pack, and it is in mint color. So that. And for my stitching point, I wanted to go around the outside of my photo or outside of my layout with this stitched stamp. This is a favorite. I think somebody asked yesterday, and I will answer. I just haven't gotten around to doing that today. Where I got this stamp. This is a very old, very well loved. As you can see, it's like yellowed and everything. Stamp from Close to My Heart. The stamp pack is called Simple Stitches. Here's the number and stuff if you're interested in trying to find it on Etsy or something. But it, of course, Close to My Heart is no longer, so you can't actually buy it from their site or anything like that. But there is a very similar one from, I think it's called Woodware. I don't know. I will look it up and see if I can link it in my next video, because I'll probably be using this stamp quite a bit, and I do get lots of questions about it. But I did go looking for one last year because I taught a class at my store and used this, and I just passed my stamp around and let everybody use it. But then people actually wanted one for themselves, of course. So the store owner and I did look for some, and we found that there's a lot of stitching stamps out there, but they're kind of like messy stitching, which is kind of the trend, I guess, like to go with like the vintage collections and stuff. And so this one that I found is, I think it's Woodware. I will look it up. And then it was more like this zigzag stitch, but it's a little bit bigger. So I will see if I can find that again. But yes, this is definitely one of my go-to stamps. I don't stamp a ton, but I have very specific favorites that are mostly hearts, stars, hexagons, stitching, and I have some that like give the illusion of like splatters or like a coffee stain or that sort of like messy look, but it's a controlled messy look, which is exactly what I'm going for, because I don't really do messy very well. And so I kind of like that. This ink that I'm using right now is Evergreen Bow Distress Oxide ink. The distress inks themselves will work, but they won't leave as strong of an impression. Ink-wise, they're meant to look distressed, so they're not going to leave that pigment the same way that the oxides will. So that's why I'm using oxide as opposed to these ones that are just distress inks. So I do have a small selection of oxides as well for this kind of stuff. Because like I said, I don't do a ton of stamping. And when I do, it's usually like black ink or whatever. But because this one is kind of a pastel-ish collection, I'm using the Evergreen Bow instead of a black ink. Another one of my favorite inks, I have to say, is the VersaFine for stuff like this. It leaves the clearest impression. And if I had my inks to buy all over again, that's probably where I'd go. But I've been trying different inks for many years, so I have a hard time replacing all of them. Do you know what I'm saying? Kind of have to pick and choose where your money is going to go. And I prefer to buy pretty paper and pretty stickers and all of the things to buying tools and inks. I'm not a big mixed media inky type person. There we go. And one little bit over here to finish it off, and we are good. Okay. I'll put that with my stencil to clean later. Where did I put it? Uh-oh. I was going to put them together so I wouldn't forget, but here we go. I already don't know where I put it. Hopefully it's not under things. Okay. So there is the base of my layout, all inked with stitching and heart stencil. Okay. We are ready to start putting some papers down. So this is my photo, and I have journaling already typed up and ready to go. Here it is. And it's on one of the journaling cards from the no, it's not Life in Blooms, Bunnies and Blooms collection. And I typed it up in a typewriter font because that is on the Calvin Ball list. And yeah, so it says, today is Easter Sunday, and as Brandon starts his family thousands of miles away, things like this feel insurmountable. Both Mark and I struggle to accept that this is how we are going to see Brandon, Alicia, and the new baby on the way is through a screen. This is not what we expected. This is not what we dreamed, but this is our reality. We will have to keep making the best of the situation and find ways. It's hard still. And find ways to make it work for one thing. But one thing is for certain, on the rare occasions when we have all three of our boys and their families together for any occasion or no specific occasion at all, we will cherish every moment. And that is still true today. We definitely do make the best of everything, which is not a bad way to be. All right. So I kind of want these like centered, like this and this. I want that to be the center of the focal thing. And I want it just smidgen tucked under. I got the ink, like the printing, a little bit too far to the right, but I wanted to tuck it under, and now I don't think I have the space. Okay. I sometimes get questions about these too. I don't know where these ones are from, but I know I have another pack that's from Tailored Expressions that's colored. So those are where I find, if I was going to send you somewhere to look for the colored handled ink blending tools, Tailored Expressions is the one that I remember buying from. I can't remember where these ones are from, and they're not labeled. Like, I don't see a manufacturer label on there anywhere. All right, so here is my label that says date. It is cut out of the same sheet as this, and it was like the top of a journaling card or something. And I did preset my date stamp, but that is the wrong date stamp. Where are we? April 1st, 2018. Yeah, that's the right one. So I am going to take that and stamp it right in there. And one of the things on the list for Calvin Ball right now is handwriting. And so this particular date stamp has Heidi Swap's handwriting as the month. So it comes out as handwritten. There you go. So there we go. That, and that. And what else? What else did I already have ready to go? I think that was basically about as far as I had planned, but I'm not going to glue things down yet because in this sketch, we have some tucked and layered pieces underneath the photo. So it looks like there's 3. One of them is a journaling block, which I already have, and there's 3 more. So I'm going to see about getting some other scraps from that pile of scraps that I was showing you before. I think I can put this one away because I'm not going to use that big giant scrap. But I have, so we have some cut apart cards. I don't think egg sighting is going to be a sentiment for this particular layout. I have this. I could use these. I could use something from there. I also have this scrap. And what else do I have? I have these. I was actually thinking I love this sunshine. I might put him on here somewhere if I can. I have this scrap as well. And this. And this. And then I was thinking I might fussy cut that. So we have a few options. So let's see. Those sentiments do not go with what I'm going for here. I'm going to set these ones aside for a second because they're all the same, but they're different sizes. Let's just go ahead and do the sunshine because I do like him. I think I'm just going to grab a circle punch maybe. How big do you think he is? Too small. This is, what is this one? 2 inches. Let's try 2.5. There we go. That's perfect. Okay. So I'm going to do a 2.5-inch circle. I'm going to punch this little guy out. I think he's just super fun. And then I'm going to fussy cut that rainbow because I like the vibe of that, especially when I'm talking about choosing happy, right? So rainbows and sunshine kind of goes with that vibe. So don't be afraid to cut your cards apart. I like to use the B-sides often, so it's sometimes easy to find the things to cut apart, and then other times I do this where I cut into it, and then I'm like, well, I can't use that. But I could cut out Hippity Hop. Could also use the blue side. So for now, this is what I want from here. So I am going to start and just do a fast fussy cut around this rainbow. These little painted rainbows are so cute. And then I just want to round the edges there. And then the bottom, I'm just going to kind of do like a rough wavy bottom there. So we have that. I am going to try to put this on the trimmer and see if I can narrow it down and make it into like a label of some sort. Let's see. Anytime I can, I like to use the papers to do some of the embellishment part. Although I think for this one I did buy some die cuts, so I might actually have some of that sort of thing. Okay. Yeah, see? That's cute, right? All right, so that's a couple of scraps that I grabbed. What else? This is more really what I'm kind of looking for, though, is to like the tucking pieces, right? So the pink, yes, this, I feel like that on top of that is too much aqua. Is that the color I'm looking at here? So maybe this one. This one. Okay. And then this one, and something like that. This, I don't feel like we need this whole piece, so I'm going to cut it like in half maybe. Just feels too big. Looks like I inked it for something though. How big is this? 4.5. So 2 1/4 would be half, which is about what I'm looking for. And then I'm just going to cut that inked edge off because it's not inked the color that I want it to be. And you know what I'm going to throw on here? Washi. It's on my list. Now, this is the washi that came with the collection. I could definitely use some of this. Or what else I could do is this camera washi from it's from one of the Chamel's collections, and that covers my camera point as well. And I think anytime you take a selfie or take a photo, you can use a camera. So I feel like that goes. And these colors are pretty similar. So that. And then I feel like then this, and then this go on top. Now we're getting somewhere. I think this is more the look that was in the sketch. Now I feel like I have the wrong sketch up now all of a sudden. Okay, let's move the sketches that are not for today on the floor. So Gloria has these lovely layers. So she has the photo and then another layer here, this is the journaling layer and a layer that kind of sticks out that way, but I think I'm going to do up this way instead. Okay, and then I really like this idea. You know what I had noticed today? I had bought this punch and I haven't used it yet. And it's so cute. It's a little cloud. I got it from Stampin' Up. Isn't that fun? So let me see, what color do I want to cut my cloud out of? I could do this pink. That's a cute one. And it would go nicely with my sunshine, don't you think? There we go. Yeah, I like that. Okay. And then my little rainbow would go there too. Yeah. Something like that. Or maybe further down. And like that. Put the cloud at the top. That's fun. Okay. So let's put this. This is going to get stuck on things. Let's put that back. I also have some doilies. Do I want one or two? I couldn't decide, so I grabbed two. But I could put one there and one here. I feel like that's too much. Just one will do. Kind of going for like a diagonal decorating line, I guess. This could be my third layer there. I also grabbed a frame from, this is also from Vicky Boutin. I think this one's from Where to Next. I thought this could maybe go down here somewhere. And I thought that's where my little avocado could live. And then I thought my little house would be cute here. What else did I grab? I grabbed a banner. This is a little rubber embellishment from, gosh, this is old. This is like from an Amy Tan collection from way back in the day. Both guys are wearing glasses, so I'm not opposed to using this glasses paper clip. Maybe on here. I don't really like that. I have another option. It's a star, but it won't go on there very well. I could clip these two pieces together with this one. I don't know. Does this, I don't know, maybe I'm seeing things funny, but it didn't look like, I guess it could kind of looks like sunglasses more. I don't know. Maybe there's a place for it. I wonder if he goes better on here. Just seemed weird there. No, don't like it there either. Oh, maybe there. Can he stand on it? Lift. Yeah, I actually kind of like that better. There. Okay. feel like we're getting somewhere and we should start gluing stuff down. What do you guys think? Is it time to glue? You had a fussy cutting. Soothing is one of my favorite things to do. Yes, I like fussy cutting too. I actually, when I watched more TV, I haven't been watching a ton of TV lately, but and the show I am watching, I feel like I have to pay attention because there's subtitles and stuff. Game of Thrones. I know I'm late to the party, but I was never intending to watch it, but my husband feels like it's something I need to see. So that's what I'm watching right now. And we have to watch it together, apparently, even though he's seen it all. But yeah, I do like to like bring fussy cutting to watch a movie or whatever and cut while I'm listening. I find it quite relaxing. There's even been a few times where I've brought it to work and done that on my lunch break when I know that I need to like clear my mind at lunchtime, depending on what I'm dealing with. Sometimes that's a helper for me. A little house. Aren't these cute? These Whimsy Lane houses from All and Create. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. I feel like I could use one everywhere. That's already inked. Did I ink this already? I think so. Just right there didn't look like it got it, but the rest of it looks good. So this is the back side of the 3x4 cut aparts, but I already cut into those, so it's fine. And then this one. Okay, let's get gluing. So we have some ATG. Every time I pull this thing out, now I look at it, like when I'm live, I'll look at it and be like, oh gosh, am I going to run out today? But it doesn't look like it, so we're good. Give this a little bit of an inking on the edges as well. Hi, Mom. Thanks for coming. I love that. Did you hear what I was scrapbooking about? This is my first Easter without Brandon, and how that was such a struggle for me, and I've avoided scrapbooking it all this time. Quentin's what? Turning 7, so this is 7 years ago. Yeah. Better late than never, right? But yes, I've been doing a few layouts that are a bit on the emotional side because they seem to be the photos that were still sitting in that box of pre-printed photos that I just hadn't gotten around to. And I guess that's probably part of the reason why, right? I do like to focus on the fun stuff. That's more my jam. But these stories are important too. Okay. Do I pop up my photo? I think so. I think I used the last of my fun foam though. Oh, maybe not. Piece right here. I prefer using this single-sided foam. It's like from the kids section at Michael's for mounts or for popping up my photo because it's so simple to just put the adhesive on here as if I was going to stick it to the page. And then I just stick it to this foam piece. And then it's just one thing to peel off, not like all those teeny tiny bits from the pop dots. Alana Vivian is my mom. She's from here. She's from Red Deer, Alberta. And I think, Alana, you're from BC, right? Yeah, Western BC. Yeah. How's your weather? Our weather's been so nice. Been so lucky. My grandkids had 2 more snow days this week like they have had. I swear to God, they got all the snow from all of Canada this year. It's been crazy. There we go. So there we have the basics. Let's see, what else were we going to do? We were going to do this little cloud. This is a punch from Stampin' Up! That I punched this little cloud with to go with my cute little sunshine piece that I cut from a cut apart card. Don't be afraid to cut up your cut aparts to make cute embellishments. I think I might pop him up too. He's pretty fun. So same thing, fun foam on the back. Kitimat, BC. Oh, so rainy. I order my supplies? I do a bit of both. I am very blessed here. We have a local scrapbook store. So we can go shopping pretty much anytime we want. And I love it there. But yes, I do also order some of my supplies. Like this punch was from Stampin' Up, so I order from Stampin' Up. And Vivian is actually a Stampin' Up demonstrator if you're looking for one. She keeps me in supplies. So definitely check that out if you like to order. And our store owner actually is currently working on a website so that she can be available to more Canadian consumers, which is exciting. Very, very exciting. I'm going to take the adhesive off that corner. It doesn't need to be. And I think I might actually go this way with the photo frame. And that means I need to cut a little corner of this off because I don't want my frame on top of that. There I go again, lifting stuff up. If my friend Paula was here, she'd need to take a drink. That's the game we play. If I lift stuff up, Paula needs to take a drink. Over on our store page, if you haven't seen our store page, we do lives over there every Tuesday. It's so much fun. Wow. Prince George. I've been there. It's from far, far away. Yeah. That was quite the drive but yeah, 8 hours. Yeah, you're way up there, aren't you? And Alana, I think you and I are connected on Facebook. I can definitely send you a link to Vivian's website where you can order. There's some really beautiful stuff over at Stampin' Up. Okay, so I'm just going to add my little scrapicado that matches my kiddo and his little red hat. And where is my date? There it is. Get that on there. Do I want to? I might flag banner this. Why not, right? I have to get these nails off. They're driving me crazy. I got them for a vacation and now I'm regretting my decision. Oh, I didn't have an appointment till the end of the month and I messaged my nail girl. I'm like, this weekend? She's like, no. I'm like, Monday? So I'm going to go see her on Monday. They're making me crazy. Something like that. I don't know exactly. I Still have a few of these rubber embellishments, but not many. They were something that I tried and didn't really love, so I stopped buying them, but I still have a few kicking around. Here's my little rainbow. It's gonna go here somewhere as well. Do I want it up higher or down lower? Well, we had this here, so that might help me make my decision. Yeah, we're pretty lucky in Alberta. We have a lot of scrapbooking community here, so especially in central Alberta. I'm probably further that you go north, the less options you have, but I know for sure. Maybe I need to put this down here. I don't like it up there anymore. Now that I have my little cluster of things happening. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Okay. I feel better about it. So I don't feel like I need this clip anymore. I don't really like the way that green clashes with my other green. And put my little house down here. Nope. Happy Easter. That'll go. Okay, now, title. Choose happy is my title. So what alphas am I going to use today? What do I got? I think I'm going to go for purple. I don't use purple very often. So while I'm using it, I might as well use the purple letters that I have, right? Now, if I remember correctly, these were not my favorite because they were old and not sticky. Okay. That's okay. We'll work with it. How do I only have one H? That's not cool. I'm trying to come up with a creative solution. Sorry, that's why I'm so quiet right now. Quick. Choose happy. Well, I'm thinking that we don't use the J very much, so I can probably Does it work? Let me see. Good enough for me. Good enough for the guys I go with. they never look at my scrapbooks. That's not true. They actually do look at my scrapbooks. They're good people. Boys are good. They really like making fun of my spelling mistakes. I'm kind of a terrible speller. So it's not that I'm a terrible speller. I'm a terrible editor. I just overlook things and then I'm like, oh, oops. Okay. We're going to start with this weird H and glue this stuff down super quick because I need to get that on there in a way that's going to work for me. So I'm going to tuck this just a smidge under my photo so that I can bring this down. And then of course, when I do want it to come up, it's not gonna. That's fun. Okay. Okay, let's do this first then. It's weird that they're so not sticky, but then there's certain just like bits of adhesive still on there that really wants to stick. It's strange. And yes, I do tend to turn things upside down when I'm adhering because, oh, that's why. See, I don't know how this is going to work. Okay. I do want this higher up. I just didn't know it. Because this barely fits in here, so I can't exactly move my photo. Okay. Change of plans. I'm putting this H here, and I'm using a different font up here because I don't like how this is coming together. Don't like how it's coming off my page either, but that's okay. We'll figure it out later. Just gonna move those, and I need something a little bit smaller here. What do I have? Those are definitely not smaller. Here we go. How about these? These are smaller. No S though. No E. Okay. So we are going to get the adhesive eraser out and get those purple marks off of our paper. There we go. Okay, so we are going to use this one to do choose. And I think it will be good. Now, a couple of things I'm noticing about this layout as I start to look at it. as a completed project is that I have red here. I have red here, but I have nothing red up here. So I might add, that might be a good place to add like a red star or, you know, something else just as a little finishing touch. Another thing that I'm noticing is that I have kind of like a little cluster in the bottom corner and one in the top corner. But also there's kind of one started like kind of around my journaling / photo. So maybe there are 3 clusters on here. I wasn't counting it like that, but it's kind of looking that way, isn't it? And with puffy stickers, I always do add some white glue because I find that they don't stay at all. So might have been smart to kind of, what do you call it, like lay it all down before I started gluing, but I didn't, so we're winging it and let's hope that they fit, right? I think they will. I think we're good. And then because this is a little bit of a different pink than the other pinks that are on my page, I am going to take some of the little pieces from it and just add them around. So how about, well, I could use like one of these. Here. At home. It's good. And then maybe, oh, there's a little asterisk up here. It can go just about anywhere, can't it? So we'll put it there. Okay. So that's good. What else we got? I was going to put some wood veneer on here, and I was thinking arrows and maybe some ribbon because that's also on our list. And then we can pop through the Calvin Ball list and just see what we're missing. I feel like I'm going a little bit over time because this was going to be one of my layers as well. So maybe just see if I can sneak this in here somewhere. Like, I'm thinking I might even just cut this in half. So this is a purple film strip from 49 and Market. It is from the Essential Film Strips embellishment pack. And this one is in eggplant color. So lift. There we go. Stick that down there. Here we go. So that now looks like there's a strip in behind there, but there's not really because it's just the 2 pieces that were left. I cut from one of those in there. Okay. I kind of liked it better in behind here though. I don't know why that is, but it felt like it fit better tucked in. Okay. Well, that's fine. And then arrows. We talked about arrows and ribbon. These are from Dollar Store, I think. Crafters Square. I was gonna do 3, but I don't know. Where would this one go? Tuck under here? Oh yeah, that's good. Okay. So we got wood veneer arrows. I feel like I put on everything that I was planning to put on. I also know that flowers are on the list, and there are a ton of flowers in this collection. So let's look at the puffies, and butterflies I think was on the list as well. And stars are on the list, and we haven't done that either. So maybe we'll find some more things. Let's put this under here. This is our sketch. We didn't do the floral around here. That's fine. We don't need to. We have more of like an angular thing happening here, and I moved my title. So remember, a sketch is just a jumping off point. There's no scrapbook police that are going to come after you and be like, you did not follow that sketch properly. Right? So do not worry about that. I don't know if there's anything in here I need. So let's not open it. Let's look at the little things. So I have this pack of puppies, puffy stickers that go with the collection. And I'm thinking that I can probably get a couple points from it. So we have butterflies that will go very nicely. And I think there's 3 of them, so we can probably put 1 in each spot. There we go. So 3 butterflies. What else we got? Anything? Anything? Well, you know what? I'm going to count this. Do we count this as a ribbon? I feel like I could. I don't know. Maybe not. I feel like I'm cheating if I do that. Let's see. We have... I'm looking for hearts at this point. Oh, here are some in the foam stickers. Let's see. I like this one. This little gingham one. That's cute. And then we talked about florals. What else could we use as floral? Or flower. It just says flower. What about this little daffodil? I feel like he could go somewhere. Nope, I don't like it. There we go. We got a flower on there. Okay, I think that's all the things I had in my head that needed to go on here. Let's see where we're at. Where is my checklist? Oh, I just saw another one I forgot about. And it is a word strip sticker. And I haven't even touched the sticker sheet. Let's see, word strips. We got... Love grows here. And I'm just going to tuck it in on top of this little frame piece down here. There we go. So let's see where we're at. I am just going to check off some points. And if I feel like there's something that needs to be added, I can add it. So I'm going to move my scraps all into the same area. I feel like they're taken over here. Put those away. Grab my paper pad here. Okay. What do we got? Star. Did I already lose? Okay. Where's my stars? Nope. So we have Star. So that's a point for a star. Okay. Include journaling of 100+ words. Yes, this is 100+ words. I used a typewriter font for another point. Label, my little date label down there. Selfie, this was my husband's selfie, yep. Date, stamped a date right there. Washi tape, we got this little camera washi down here. Unfinished product, no. Ribbon, we did not add ribbon, did we? I feel like ribbon's something that I can probably get on every layout, right? There's got to be a place for it. Here, let me see. Okay, I need scissors. Gonna lift up my arrow. Paula's watching. She needs to take a drink. It would be a fun drinking game if you're going to watch my series and you have your favorite beverage. If you're needing to hydrate, so if you are that person who's like, I need to drink more water, then you should bring your water. And then every time Nadine lifts something up off the page that she's already glued down, you have to take a drink. And then if Nadine runs out of ATG, you have to take a drink. And then if Nadine messes up her words when she's trying to speak, because that happens a lot too, you have to take a drink. And by the end of our video, you'll be so hydrated, right? Like so hydrated. Okay. So now we have ribbon and stitching. Yes, we did our stitching stamp, and I will look up that stitch stamp. Frame, we got a little frame down there. Paper clip, we have a paper clip here. Enamel dots. What? How did I forget that? I always put enamel dots. Where are my pink ones? There. Which pink should I use? I like this one. Tweezers. So I'm going to put a big enamel dot, a medium enamel dot, and a small enamel dot in this cluster. And then I'm going to do the same in the top, with the same colors. So I'm going to put one big one here and a medium one over here and a little one up here somewhere, maybe right here. And there are my enamel dots. That's funny that I didn't put those on there. That's usually how I know my layout's finished, is when I put those on. And these ones were from Powder Pink to Blush, Echo Park paper. I love that they're doing this now where they're like all one color family. Yeah, I am. I'm one of the captains for the Canadian scrapbooking group over on Ginger's Corner. You should come join us. We have a pretty full team right now. It's been really fun swapping. You like the red cap on the avocado? Yeah, me too. Yeah. It is hard when there's no store around and you want to buy all the pretty things, right? Okay, so we got 2 enamel dots. Now they're on there, so we can check. Heart, check. Doily, purple one, check. Polka dots, well, whole background is polka dots on this layout. Use a stencil, we certainly did. Camera, we got our camera washi down here. Handwriting, we have that handwriting date there. Arrow, we got 3 arrows on the page. Word strip sticker, we added love grows here, right there. Film strip, we added the purple film strip on there. Green, we definitely have green because we have our little scrapavocado, but there's also green on our photo frame and on our stem of our flower. We have our avocado. Can't live without the avocado. Music notes. I did not put music notes on here. White pen. What? No, I didn't use a white pen. Oh my goodness. Okay. Dolphin, a sloth, or a pickle. Again, no. I'm already getting the avocado on. I'm not finding those. Memorabilia. Flowers. Yes, we got our daffodil on there. We used a sketch. Yeah, we used, what was her name? Gloria's sketch from 30 Days of Sketches over on Christy's Beautiful Life. And what else we got? Butterflies. Yep, we got those on there. And houses. We got one house. We holiday themed. No. Dogs. No. We did put a cloud. Books. No. Wood veneer. Yeah, we got wood veneer arrows. A fish. Okay. You guys challenging me. Fussy cut something. We fussy cut our rainbow. And a banner. We have our little love you rubber banner down there. Okay, and then I get a point for scrapbooking a layout. We get a point for, oops, I should stick over here. Okay, so this is, I need to move this one because I'm starting again over here. Okay, so this is not a point anymore. All right, so one for making a layout, one for making a video, and one for sharing in the gallery, one for sharing to my Paper Route Scrapbooking profile, one to sharing to the group for Chrissy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches, one for sharing on Instagram, and one for sharing on YouTube. So that leaves, I didn't comment on anything today, I don't think. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38 points. So that's exciting. Yes, I am happy with that layout. I feel like I did another successful Calvin ball layout, which got an avocado on it, but also is very cute and adorable and useful. And yeah. And could I have gotten more points? Maybe. I don't know. But I think I did a pretty good job. And I went 20 minutes over time. So I'm sorry about that. I do try to keep it to an hour. And I was not successful at that today, which doesn't surprise me because I'm kind of off my rocker. But thank you. Yes, thank you, Alana. Yeah, I appreciate that. And thank you to those of you who were here and commenting. That makes me so happy. I feel less alone. Less like that crazy lady talking to herself. Yeah. So thanks again for being here and for watching and for hanging out. And if you're watching from the future, thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. If you are interested in seeing other people's takes on these wonderful sketches, there is a collaborative playlist listed below where everybody who's participating can add their videos to the playlist over on Christy's Beautiful Life. I will link it so that you can go watch over there. I love turning on those playlists because it's like scrapbooking at a crop. You're just hearing people talk scrapbooking the whole time, and you can look up and see what they're working on, and I find it quite enjoyable. So I hope you all have a fabulous rest of your day. I will be here tomorrow, but I will be here early. So I have another thing to go to tomorrow afternoon, so an evening. So I'm going to be here at 1 o'clock Mountain Time, which is noon Pacific Time and 2 o'clock Eastern Time. So That is when I will be on for Saturday, March 8th. Okay. So we will hopefully see you tomorrow afternoon. Take care. Have a great day. Bye for now.